Good day everyone, we are the Group 2 and for this video we are going to discuss about the Tyler's model of curriculum evaluation. So let us first talk about the short biography of Ralph Winfield Tyler, who developed this curriculum. So Ralph Tyler was born on April 22 in 1902 in Chicago, Illinois. He was an American educator and focused his studies on assessment and evaluation. And he also known as the father of educational assessment and evaluation.
Curriculum development is the process of planning, implementing, and evaluating curriculum that results a curriculum plan. Tyler's model is the most famous model for curriculum development and the special attention it gives to the planning phases. His idea is consisted of four fundamental questions. Number 1, what educational purposes should the school seek to attain? Number 2, what educational learning experiences can be provided that are likely to attain these purposes? Number 3, how can these educational experiences be effectively organized? Number 4, how can we determine whether these purposes are being attained? To sum it up, the Tyler model is an objective-centered model and focuses on evaluating four components of curriculum, which is purposes, experiences, methods, and evaluation.
There are 7 steps for evaluating curriculum. So the first step is establishing of goals and objectives. So you will create a specific goals and objective to serve as guidelines and whole curriculum. The second step is the classification of the objective. After establishing, we need to classify the objective according to corresponding function.
Next, we have step 3, the definition of objectives in behavioral terms. So it is specifically state the objective subject matter and how it relates to the student's behavior. So in this step of curriculum evaluation, it is needs to clearly identify the content of objectives that can be applied to the student's behavior. Next, step 4 is that identification of situation in which achievement of the objectives could be shown. So we must assess whether the process was successful in achieving the objectives. Therefore, in this step, it is necessary to determine during the process whether the specific goals and objectives of the curriculum are achieved.
The fifth step is we have creating a system for measuring the effectiveness of curriculum's goals and objectives. It is important to create a measurement in order for us to know if the curriculum goals and objectives is effective. Or we can say selection of criterion of measuring procedures. The sixth step is data collection on the learner's performance in the relation to the goals and objectives. We need to gather data regarding to the pupil's performance about the goals and objectives.
Last but not the least, the seventh step for evaluating curriculum is the comparison of findings with the stated objectives. It analyzes the results in relation to the stated objectives and the learners, meaning it compares the results of the learners to your specific stated objectives and goals. And in this last step of curriculum development, you will also identify here if your students meet your specific stated objectives and goals. The completion of the 7 stages will lead to the revision of the objectives, and this evaluation model is a cyclical type of model.
An effective curriculum takes into account the needs and interests of students, the community, and the subject matter. An effective curriculum must have the capacity to include the quality of the learning achieved by students and the community and how effectively they can use that learning for their personal, social, physical, cognitive, moral, psychological, and emotional development.
Tyler's model goal. So the goal of Tyler's model is to assess how well-defined objectives and goals have been attained. So it has been designed, or Tyler's curriculum or model of curriculum evaluation, it is designed for us to assess and evaluate if the curriculum that we have drafted or have implemented have met or is right fitting to our learners' need. And next is that learner-centered model. Tyler's model is focused more on the product rather than the process. So Tyler have focused on the learner's needs